And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com. You know the deal. www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Download the app for Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. Get yourself down to Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up. Save yourself 15%. Or go to the app and they will bring it right to your front door, pretty much anywhere inside the 275 loop. We mentioned this last night. It has been too long. I don't know if I'll tomorrow, but maybe Thursday is the day I'll go get some Galactic for me and Taryn and the radio crew. Looking forward to it. I'm excited. It has been I'm missing my Galactic goodness in my life, and you should make sure you get down there and do the same. All right, Aaron, we are 1 day away, and this is something we would have talked about a ton Sunday night. Didn't get to it yesterday, just catching back up if we were on our normal schedule. So tomorrow is the introductory press conference for Jordan Bischel, the new head coach of the Bearcats baseball program. They once again, I can't imagine how much the folks in the athletic department at Central Michigan hate Cincinnati.
I'm wondering if there's some undisclosed training program at this point between Central Michigan and UC.
I mean, yeah, the guy won almost 180 games at Central Michigan in 4 seasons. I believe he finished first in the MAC 3 times, second once, something like that. He's been at the top of the MAC every year he has been there. Looking at the numbers, they play what? Go ahead.
First twice, second twice. The most recent season, he was tied for second.
Yeah, and they won, I think, the conference tournament 3 times in those 4 years. They've been in the NCAA regional 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
In 4 years. So going into the Big 12, I think this is a pretty exciting hire. Maybe just surface level, Aaron. What are you looking to hear from Jordan Bischel tomorrow as he takes the job?
Well, I hope that he compares what he can do here in Cincinnati to what's already happening in baseball in Cincinnati and just stack 10 in a row, because
looking a pretty strong chance for 11 where we sit right now.
My goodness. But I don't just bring excitement. I feel like that was something that was missing this past season. I don't feel like since Griffin Merritt went to Tennessee, I feel like there was an element of fun that went with him. The shot skis and all of the dugout fun that we were used to seeing all over the
That's
timeline.
Easier to do when you're winning.
Sure. That's totally fair.
Shot skis when you're struggling, not a great look. Not a great look.
But even when they were able to string some wins together this past season, I don't feel like there was ever really momentum. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
They would get a sweep, and it wasn't even talked about. So, I don't know. But I mean, at the same time, it's
been a little bit of a wild spring.
Even still, looking at your timeline and things, I didn't feel like I follow most of the creatives that you see at this point. And I didn't feel like I saw even a ton of that coming out of the creative department, and whether that, I don't know what the disconnect there was between. It could have been me, in all fairness, but maybe I'm just not following the right people.
That dad life will get you.
They do. They also change from year to year who the creatives are and all of that as people graduate, move on to other programs, etc. But I don't know. I'd like to see some excitement. Obviously, going into the Big 12, you're going to be playing bigger teams. Although East Carolina was always a big team.
They've always got a great program. Yeah.
UCF has put together a pretty good program as well. So I don't know. I mean, but they're also going with us. So it's going to be tough. This program may struggle more than any of the programs in this transition.
Women's basketball's got some growing to do in this transition. I think they made a great hire.
I agree.
But that's again a league that, for real, legit, Like you're
Right.
gonna have to fight with your hands in that league. Like so, yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting. In terms of style, and we were talking about this a little bit before the show, Aaron. I think it's pretty clear, and obviously, let's not pretend like I've sat here and watched a bunch of Central Michigan baseball.
Sure.
I have not done that.
Fair.
And since his hire, I was at Universal Studio. I traveled home from Florida, and today I thought I was on radio, and then I wasn't. So I have had a little. It was a mix up. It was an email mix up, I guess.
Okay.
I am on the radio tomorrow, so you can catch me on ESPN 1530 tomorrow. I will have at 3:45 tomorrow Jordan Bishel on the show, so I'm excited about that. But just looking at his Central Michigan numbers, they're a team that hits for pretty good average. A couple guys right around that 310 to 320 range. A bunch more guys like 275 to 290. Really high on base percentage. They have in their starting lineup, or in their regulars. I don't want to say starting lineup because I don't, 7 guys with an on base percentage over 400. And they had 133 steals on 156 attempts last season, which tells me they're a team that looks to put the ball in play, advance base runners aggressively, and then drive them in for it's. I don't want to say small ball, but they don't hit. His team last year did not hit a ton of home runs. They played I think 57 games. No, they had 46 home runs. So it's not a team that is a station to station, 3 outcome, boom or bust type deal. You go back one more year to last year. Again, really high on base percentage, a little less in the steal department a season ago, a little bit higher in the overall average a season ago. So maybe if you're hitting more doubles, which it looks like they definitely did, about the same number of home runs, you don't have to steal as much if you're starting with guys on second. But I do feel like, look, man, we're being intoxicated by this Reds team.
Yes.
Get on base, move guys over, drive them in, play with some speed, play with some energy. Like, I'm in. If that's the style we're going to get from Jordan Bishel, I'm in. Let's go.
Well, he was also, I think, 76 and 48, if I did the math right, out of conference. In conference was where he really focused on winning. 101 and 32 in conference. And that's, if you can, I'm not looking for him to put that together in his first season in the Big 12. But if you can put something like that together by year 3, by year 4, where you're losing single-digit losses in conference, I mean, to go 22 and 5, 30 and 9, 30 and 7, and then finish 19 and 11 this past season. The worst season you had was 2/3 Drets.
Right. When it comes to pitching, they had 3. And this is where it starts. And it starts and often ends in baseball, although this Reds team is kind of debunking that. But they were excellent at the top of their rotation. They're 3 weekend starters, guys that started more than 13 games this year. And essentially those Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's your rotation. Then you have a game during the week where you work a couple different guys in. All of them had an ERA under 4. They were low walk, pretty high strikeout, and guys that kind of 8 innings. Their main guy 92 innings, second 81, third 76. Those are in 15, 16 starts in that range. So that I think has been like the one thing that has been pretty inconsistent with this program is the starting pitching has been hit or miss. You'll have maybe an ace, but you don't. In college baseball, basically it's one series a week,
Yeah.
and if you don't have that right weekend lineup of guys going out there and being able to get outs, you're taxing your bullpen. And let's be honest, the best guys in college baseball are starting pitchers. Like, this is not Major League Baseball where that's kind of already like been sorted out by that point in time. Okay, this guy's a two-pitch guy. You don't want him getting through the second or third time in a lineup, but he's going to go to the bullpen. Like in college, that all is still being figured out. The guys that do the best are starters. There clearly was a focus on that at Central Michigan.
I think it's also worth noting that even before he got to Central Michigan, when he was at Northwood, and then also at Central Michigan, he was voted Coach of the Year, not once, but twice for both his time at Northwood and then twice again for his time at Central Michigan. Yeah. And if you are recognized as Coach of the Year twice,
regularly,
I mean, it's not a one-off. It's not like an accident that you happen to fall into Coach of the Year. It's you hit it 2 times out of 4 in each of those leagues. So I don't know. I just, he's got a track record of success, clearly. Not that Googs didn't.
Yeah.
But
so, and again, I like Googs.
Right.
But you know what his track record was teams that came on late and then got hot in the conference tournament and then were able to make a run. That's not sustainable. Like, you have to be good all season in college baseball. You can't continuously start, 4 games under 500 through your first 15 games, 20 games, your out of conference schedule, whatever, and then try to make it up. Like, you're just always fighting behind the 8 ball. It's admirable that his teams got better as the season wore on, but you got to be ready to go out of the gate, especially your pitching. And I know that's harder to do in cold weather.
Sure, but he did it in Michigan, and Michigan is certainly cold.
This guy has been there. He's got something that works.
I'm assuming Northwood is also somewhere up in the north.
It's got north, it's got north in it. So
part of it's also part of the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference.
Right.
So I mean, you're somewhere up around
cold. You're somewhere up around cold.
Sure.
I think that's the best representation we have. So I'm excited. I won't be there tomorrow. I am on radio, like I said. Keegan will be there. And then I will have Jordan Bishel on with me on 15:30 at 3:45. So look forward to that. Dave sent me if you're done listening to UC stuff, I'm just going to present this to Aaron because I can't wait to see his reaction. Dave sent me a text today. One of his friends on Facebook posted an offer today for Taylor Swift tickets. Oh, no. And if anyone, her daughter is relentlessly trying to get her to buy Taylor Swift tickets, and she offered up a vacation to Destin for 4, all expenses paid, for 2 Taylor Swift tickets.
I feel
for a week vacation in Destin, all expenses paid for 2 Taylor Swift tickets.
I feel like whoever takes that vacation is actually on the losing end because those tickets are going for like $5,000 a pop.
Oh no. Look, I would make sure that I got my money's worth out of that trip.
That's unbelievable.
Dinners, we're taking helicopter rides. You ain't getting off the hook. No, the Kelsey seats are going for over $4,000 a ticket, where she's sitting for the show. That's the nightcap. BCJ pod. Aaron, we gotta hold on. I gotta sell this. We got a pretty interesting crew tomorrow night.
It's quite the list.
Kevin Johnson, Troy Copain, Cashmere Wright, Shaq Thomas, Keith Williams, the crew coming on the BCJ pod tomorrow night to promote TBT and everything they're getting ready to do with this season's Nasty Natty event. So make sure you're there for that. Dave and I will do the Team Ticker Big 12 preview this week. Since we've got a guest, I think we'll probably do a team that Cincinnati doesn't play this year so that we don't have a 3-hour show. Some people think that's lazy and unprofessional. But, big show tomorrow night on the BCJ pod. And then Aaron and I will probably do we'll talk about talking when it comes to the new baseball coach being announced tomorrow. So see everybody back tomorrow night. Thanks for joining. It's the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!